Hi everyone. I'm just going to move this a little bit. I'm just going to wait, about 30 more seconds or so. I just want to let you know that if you want to add anything special around your area, you're welcome to. This is a prenatal flow, but I'm not going to use any blocks or anything because I know that you don't have them at home, or some of you may not have them at home, and really you don't need it. But I will recommend some pillows, maybe multiple, so that you can stack them and use them as you need, and especially during Shavasana when we're winding down. You're also welcome to sit on one if you want to lift your hips a little bit, but really whatever is going to make you feel most comfortable. Welcome to a prenatal flow. I have not done this in class before, but I've done obviously my own flows, and I just thought that a lot of you mamas could use this right now with the time that we're in. Just to let you know where I'm at, what stage I'm at 35 weeks now. And today, 35 weeks today. And right now there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of information out there, and I just thought it would be so nice to ground with you wherever you are, whether you come take class here regularly or whether you're far or near. I just thought it would be really special to take some time to move, to breathe, and to remember what we're doing. We're building a life, we're forming a life, growing a life, and it's a really special time for us. Even though it may be a little crazy out there, it's important for us to stay connected and to stay humble and grounded as much as we can for the safety of our baby. So if you all want to go ahead and get started, we'll go ahead and get started in a nice comfortable seat. If the seat is not comfortable for you at this time, know that you can come to any spot that feels best to you. A child's pose, laying down, sidelining maybe, using any pillows that you like. Take a moment just to sit up tall or ground wherever you are. You can place your hands down into your thighs or your knees or even onto your belly. Connect for a moment. Let's roll the shoulders up to the ears and then roll them all the way back so that you really feel the chest open up and the heart broaden, the collarbones spread open. Take a nice full breath in through your nose. Breathe it all the way down into the base of your belly. And exhale it out. Do that a few more times on your own, however big or small you want to make these breaths, but I encourage you to really take up space, to take up room in your belly and your chest on the inhale. And on the exhale. Full breath in through the nose. Full breath out through the mouth. And if you'd like to incorporate any sort of mantra or affirmation that maybe you've had or have had planned for your birth or your pregnancy or anything, you can invite that into your practice now. If you need some inspiration, the mantra that I've really been hanging on to is simply, for now. And you can relate this to physical things that you're going through, hardships that you're going through, what's happening outside in this world right now. It's all just for now. So for now, be with your body, be with your breath, be with your baby, and be with yourself and your practice, just for now. One more deep breath through the nose. Sigh it out. And the inhale, reach your arms out and all the way up over your head. Just take some organic movements in your body here, moving to the left and moving to the right. We'll circle our hands around to the lower part of your back and interlace your fingers, creating a nice tight fist. Once you have that fist, draw the fist down, let the heart shine open and up, lift the chin. Good. Keep the fist pulling back. Bring the chin down into the chest, stretching the back of your neck and squeezing the shoulder tips even farther down your back. Then bring your fist to your lower back. Drag the fist over to the right side of your hip, and then take your right ear to the right shoulder. Breathe in where you feel the stretch so that you can open it up maybe a little tiny bit more. Good. Take your fist back down to the center, chin down into the chest, and then drag the fist over to the left side, lift the chin, and pull the left ear over to left shoulder. Sit up nice and tall, keep rolling the heart up. Nice, slow release, chin down into your chest, release your hands, reach the hands all the way out and up. Full breath of air in. And then cactus the elbows out wide, pull open through the heart, really kind of engage the elbows down and towards the back of your rib cage. Again, inhale and exhale. Almost like you're pulling a string or a rope down. That's how engaged I want the arms. One more, inhale. Exhale, pull open. Good. Arms come back up to the sky. The right fingertips will come outside of the right hip, so just a little bit outside, and then crawl them over as much as you'd like, reaching for a side body stretch. You're welcome to micro bend into that right elbow. If it feels okay to lower the elbow all the way down. For some, that might be a little bit tight, especially if we haven't moved in a while. For me, it's a little tight, but so we'll just kind of keep it somewhere around here in the middle. It's so important to open up these side bodies of our rib cage, all of our organs. Depending what stage you're at here, let's reach back up to the sky and take it to the other side. Depending what stage you are in your pregnancy, things start to get really, really squished. And it can feel just so nice to open up. See how this side, you may be a little bit different from one side to another. For some reason, my right side is a lot more open than my left. Good. Nice. We'll come all the way back up, reach up nice and tall, full breath. Bring your hands down to the center of your chest and exhale. Good. I'm going to turn over to face the right side of the room. You're welcome to stay where you are. Let's come onto your bottom. Bring your fingertips behind your hips. The fingertips can be facing away from you or towards your hips, depending how it feels for your wrist. Feet are about hip width distance in front of you or a little wider. Knees are bent, and we'll just windshield wiper the legs side to side. Just back and forth, opening up into our hips, warming our body up. Keep the chest nice and open, propped up high. Good. And then come back to center, and this may take a little bit, just again, depending where you are. The right ankle is going to cross over the left knee. Oh, I did it. Good. Right ankle is going to cross over the left knee. Flex the toes, and then you're welcome to pull the left foot however close this feels comfortable. So we're kind of like in a pigeon here, but in a variation of a pigeon pose. And then I like to just kind of windshield wipe my legs again from side to side. You can get, if anybody has been dealing with any sort of pain or tenderness in the glute or kind of that sciatic area down into the back of the glute or tailbone, this is a really nice just posture to do that can kind of stretch it out, relieve some tension. Good. And then we'll stretch the left leg all the way out in front. Bring the right foot on the inside of the left thigh. Draw the right knee down. Sit up tall. Bring both hands up to the sky. And on your exhale, we're not going to fold all the way down. You're welcome to, of course, but to protect the belly, we're just going to place our hands right out in front of us, about arm's length distance. And then just kind of lean your heart forward towards your toes rather than curling all the way down. Keep your heart upright, take a nice full breath in, and you can still get the stretch in the back of the calf, in the back of the hamstring, even just by staying lifted. You can kind of pulse a little bit, but engagement is really what we're looking for so that we can find the stretch without having to fold all the way down. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Another breath in and another breath out. Good. Walk your hands back up. Lift your chest, bend your legs. You can windshield wiper again just to reset. And then we'll cross the opposite side. Left ankle crosses over the right. Again, you can move the right foot in however close of a distance that you need. Flex the left toes, start to rock a little side to side. Maybe deepening each time, but try to keep that right foot grounded. Pressing the whole ball of the foot into the earth. Roll the chest open, take a deep breath. Exhale, surrender a little bit more into the hips. Nice, and then right leg extends out. Left foot comes inside of the right thigh. Flex the right toes, sit up tall. Arms reach up, and then reach your hands out about arm's length distance. Nothing too farther than that, depending how it feels. But again, just stretching heart forward, keeping heart lifted. Deep breath, and exhale. Good. Maybe notice and just recognize how the two sides of the body feel without any sort of judgment or criticism of your own body. Just kind of recognizing and feeling, oh, okay, that's how that side feels. Interesting. Maybe I need to do a little bit more time on a certain side, or open up, or just become curious about your own body and how everything's working at that moment. Take about one more breath here. Hydrate yourself during practice, however much you need to. Good. Come all the way up. Bend the knees. Windshield wipe one more time. Good. And then knees are bent. Feet are facing directly out in front of you. Fingertips are facing behind you, so away from you. Good. On the inhale, press into your feet. Lift your hips up to the sky and just kind of open up the chest. Doesn't matter how high you go. Just lifting the hips up off of the ground. Slowly taking it back down. 2 more times. Inhale, lift up, press into the feet. Keep the gaze centered, so looking straight up to the ceiling. Slow and easy, come back down. 1 more. Inhale, press up, push up. Good. Exhale, release. You can cross the ankles, roll the body forward onto the hands, into the knees. We're coming into a tabletop. You're welcome to roll up your mat if you need to, if the knees are a little tender here, or just need a little bit more cushion. When we first come into our tabletop, I want you guys, you ladies, or whoever you are, just to kind of move, okay? So a lot of times we come into this position and we want to go directly into our cat and cow, but this is such a great spot and position for a pregnant woman to be in. Hands and knees, and you can really do a lot of work in terms of stretching just within this position. It's also really good for labor. It's also really good for pushing. I mean, there's just like, not that we're going there right now, but it's just, it opens up so much part of the body. So I encourage you just to move around. Maybe just start by swaying your hips side to side. Maybe you need to come down into a child's pose. And then maybe you start to then explore into your cat and cow. You can keep your toes tucked if that offers a little bit more stability. Lower the belly, lift the heart up nice and high. Thread it forward, really anchor down through the palms. And then press down even harder through the hands and draw the belly in. Gently relax your head down. There's really no need to curl the chin into the chest here. Inhale, release belly, open up. Exhale, pull it in, round the spine. Feel the entire back side of the body open up. One more time, just like that. Inhale, thread the heart forward. Be gentle and mindful by stretching into your belly. And then exhale, pull it in. I like to lean back sometimes and open up a little bit more of the lower part of the spine. And again, just kind of swaying side to side. Good. Shaking out the hips. Nice. Linger in that spot however long that you need to. When you're ready, come back into just a neutral tabletop, pressing your hands down and feeling really engaged through the arms. So it's important not to just kind of hang out like this. If you just want to look up to the screen and notice how I'm kind of just dumping my belly down, but kind of anchoring down, pressing into the hands, almost kind of like rounding your upper back, so that the belly is still engaged and somewhat tight. From here, we'll stretch the right toes to the back of your mat. Toes are on the earth, and we'll just shift forward and back. Something that's been happening to me a lot is Charlie horses in the middle of the night. So my calf muscles get really, really tight. So I do this a lot, stretching out the calf muscle. Come back to center. Lift the right leg up high. Keep it in line with your hip. If you feel unstable, you can keep the toes down for now. Right heel is high, and just do tiny little pulses with the right leg. So about 10, 9, 8. Good. And really squeeze the bottom as you do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower the right toes back down. Keep the left knee where it's at. Left knee stays put. Left ankle is going to swing out to the left. Okay, so just knee stays where it's at, left ankle out. Left hand stays where it's at, but right hand and right body is going to open up to the right side of the room. Modified side plank. Press down into your right foot, the pinky side edge of your foot. Lift the arm over your head and just allow the whole side body to open up. Squeeze the shoulders down and back. Tuck your tailbone down, so this part of your back, your lower part of your back, squeeze it down towards the end of your mat. You want to kind of take out this sway in your back. You're welcome to lift the right leg off of the ground. Flex the toes, maybe bend the knee. Grab onto the outside of the foot. Press the foot into the hand, open up. All of these options are totally just options. You stay wherever you are. You add on wherever you'd like. This is your body. This is your practice. Release the foot, lower the foot back down. Good. Bring the right hand to your right hip, and then lift the body all the way up. Now I'm facing away from you, so just hang in there. Right leg is extending out, right hand is down onto the right thigh. Lift the left arm over your head, side body stretch. Good. Rotate your heart to face up to the sky. Good. Both arms come up, recenter, and then lower the left hand back down. Lower the right hand, and we'll come back to neutral. We'll shake out the hips. You can take a sip of water. You can do whatever your body needs. Maybe even a child's pose. Spread the knees wide, toes together, rest the body down. Okay, whenever you're ready, come back up. It's important to pause during any of your workouts or any of the things you're doing. Just pause, take a moment. If anything feels like it's kind of rushing or, you just need a moment. Bodies are weird during pregnancy. For that, I know for sure. So take your time. Okay, back to your hands and your knees. Left toes are gonna touch the back of your mat, and we'll shift forward and back. Stretch it out. This may feel really good. This may feel really tight. Nice. Come back to center. Lift the left leg off of the ground. Extend it. Keep it in line with the rest of your body. Flex the toes. Engage your glutes. And then little pulses with the left leg. Good. For another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to move my pillow over just a little bit. Good. Swing the right ankle out to the right. Rotate the left foot down. So before you move on, I didn't explain this on the other side, but your knee and your foot should be in one line-ish of each other, and that way you have a strong foundation. Same thing with your hand, right knee, and then left foot, all in line. Open up the body. Good. Lift the left arm up nice and high. Extend the arm over your ear. You can look down. You can look at your fingertips. Maybe just move the neck around so that you find a good spot. You can circle the wrist out. Good. And then lift open. Maybe lift the left leg off of the ground. If you did so on the other side, maybe try it on this side. You can bend the leg, grab for the foot, then press the foot into the hand and open. One more big breath. Good. Slowly release. Take your time. Lower the foot. Bring the top hand to the left hip, and then lift all the way up. Good. Take a moment. Take a breath. Lift your arms over your head. Bring the left hand to the left thigh, and side body stretch over towards the left. Actively press into your extended legs so that you have stability. If it's not pressing down, you'll feel a little bit more shaky. Good. Both arms come up, and then the right hand lowers. Gently lower the left hand down. Come back to your tabletop however your body needs. Shake out your hips. Take a sip of water. Good. Come back to your tabletop. I'm going to put the pillows. I have 2. I'm going to stack them at the top of our mat. Just because in a second we'll be doing a forward fold, and I just like to have a little bit of something to hold on to there. Press into your hands, tuck your toes, and then send your hips up and back. Keep the knees bent. Shake the head yes, and shake the head no. Good. And then very slowly start to look forward and walk your feet forward. Don't take one giant step, take a few if you need. There you go, finally made it. Keep your feet hip-width distance apart. Here's where I'm gonna use my pillows. Just place them underneath my hands. That way I'm not leaning all the way down to the floor. If you even wanna use your couch or something, or a table or something, just so you're not leaning all the way down, and then make enough room for your feet so that the belly is not just pressing on your thighs, it's resting between the thighs. Again, we're just kind of moving and flowing, shaking the hips side to side. Nice. Press into the fingertips and lift your heart forward. Exhale, a gentle fold. Again, knees stay bent. There's no locking out in our legs here. Good. Bring your hands to your hips, and then lift your heart all the way up. Shake your hips left, shake your hips right. Just do a little dance, a little rotation if you need. I'm at the point now where my hips feel really just strange. Lots of things going on in there. I understand my pelvic floor is not the same as it normally is, so just weird movements like this feel good. And if it feels good to you, just roll with it. Okay, come back to center. From here, I'm going to just move my pillows just a little bit. There we go. Okay, from here, you're going to have a slight micro bend in the left leg. Just so, again, we're not locking out our legs at any point in time, okay? And then right heel is gonna just kind of come out in front of us like that, with the toes lifted. Okay, so right heel just kind of sticks out in front. Left leg has some bend into it. Heart is lifted, elbows pull back. Then begin to bend the left leg, lean the heart forward about halfway, okay? So what we're trying to aim for is a hamstring stretch in the right side. Right toes stay lifted, bend into the leg. Go as far as you need to, just so that you start to feel the stretch in the right leg. Keep the heart extending, so not rounding, but extending forward towards outwards, okay? Nice. Good. Very gently lift the heart up. Press the right heel down. And then, so right foot presses down. Left heel comes to your left glute. Grab a hold of the left foot with your left hand for a quad stretch. If you want to hold on to something or get near a wall, but balance is really good for the pregnant body here. So just take your time, even if you're wobbling. Find something to focus on. Good. Step the left foot to the back of your mat. High crescent lunge for a moment. Lift your heart. Good. Lower your hands down to the floor, and then we'll lower the back knee down. Again, you can roll up your mat however much you need to make this comfortable. I'm going to roll it up for me. There we go. Nice. Back toes can untuck. Left hand comes on the floor and right hand comes up to the sky. You can move the right foot out however much you need to hold space for your belly. You can even keep your right hand on the inside of your right thigh or knee and kind of just support your body that way. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Good. Come back to center. Bring your hands down to frame your foot, tuck the back toes and lift the knee, and then step forward, again making space and room. Unfold my mat. Hands at the hips again, inhale, lift up. Again, hip shake side to side. Okay, other side. Hands at hips, left heel comes right out in front, right knee stays bent. Good. Flex the left toes and then lean forward. Pause wherever you need to. And then you're gonna find traction with the left foot. So what I mean by that is, without actually moving the foot, drag the foot towards your body a little bit more so that you can kind of create that energy and engagement. Lift the heart up, press the left foot down, step into the left foot. Bring the right heel to the right glute. Hold onto the foot, quad stretch. Good, one more breath. Step the right foot back, high crescent lunge, lift the heart, and then lean forward and lower the hands. Set up your space by lowering the back knee. Again, I'm going to roll my mat up. Nice. Lean into the hips a bit here. Take your time. This whole kind of practice is really just to kind of figure out how your body feels. So it's not about just coming into a pose, holding it and staying there. It's just kind of figuring out what's going on, how do you feel, what's happening, you know, does it feel okay if I do this? Does it not feel okay if I do that? That's the goal here. Press the right hand down. You can bring the left hand on the inside of the left thigh. Press away from your body. Open up the chest. Not too deep, not too much. Good. Slowly come back. We'll tuck the toes. We'll lift the knee and we'll step forward. Roll the mat out if it was rolled. Good. My mats are gonna, my pillows gonna come back in front. There we go. Okay. Lift your hands to your hips, come up nice and tall. I'm gonna take a sip of water. You can do the same. Okay. Come back to the top of your mat when you're ready. From here, in my Instagram, I mentioned that we weren't doing any or very few downward facing dogs or vinyasas, because for me personally, that doesn't feel good for my body. You're welcome to be in a down dog if it's still okay for you right now, or to take any vinyasas when you need to. But for me at this moment, starting any sort of standing postures, I'm going to start just standing, okay? So, wherever you are, downward facing dog or standing, we'll bring the right knee to your chest. Give it a squeeze into the body. Flex the toes, hug the right knee in. Go ahead. Bring your hands to your hips, extend the right leg forward. And then step the right foot back. We'll come to Warrior One. So Warrior One, both feet are grounded. I find this a little bit more stable than high crescent lunge. So my back foot is completely pressing into the ground. Arms are up to the sky. If shoulders ever get tired, you can bring your hands to your hips. And then really press into the right leg, bend to the left, lift the heart straight up. Good, one more full breath. And then exhale, open for Warrior Two. So arms open wide, feet spread apart a little bit broader. You can bring your hands to your hips if the shoulders are sore. Bend the left leg, and again, just kind of move around. You can kind of straighten and bend a little bit. Good. Heart lifts up, arms open out. Left knee presses down and forward. On the inhale, both arms come up, left leg straightens. Exhale, back to Warrior Two. Two more, inhale. Exhale. One more, full breath. And exhale, open out. Good, lengthen the left leg, bring your hands to your hips. Turn your toes in, just to stand up tall. And then turn your toes out, facing out. Bend your knees for Goddess Pose. For this first Goddess Pose, you can bring your hands wherever you'd like. Heart center, at the hips, like this. We're gonna hang out here for just a moment. Start to use the breath, incorporate it as much as you can here. One more. Lengthen the legs. Good. Turn to face forward, step the right foot forward. Nice, good job everyone. Time to start building endurance because you're gonna need it. Right, so when we create endurance during our practice in yoga, we'll incorporate the breath. And that's something that you can carry with you through many phases of this journey. Let's go to the other side. Right foot presses down, left knee, whenever you're ready, comes up to your chest. See, I'm a little wobbly on this side. Hands at your hips, left leg extends out. Step the left foot back, Warrior One. Make some space. You can move the right foot a little farther over to the right. Lift your arms. One more breath here, and then we'll open to our warrior two. So again, you can make more space. You can bring your hands to your hips. You can kind of just straighten and bend a little bit. Do whatever you need to. You know, like in prenatal, it's kind of just like, it's truly yours to just take it easy, figure out what feels nice. Because again, our bodies are definitely not the same as they used to be. So you may not get into the exact pose that you're used to, right? Open up your arms, settle in wherever you can. Engage, so pull the inner thighs in towards one another. On the inhale, lift your arms, lengthen the leg. Exhale, back down. Maybe you go a little deeper. That's up to you. Two more. Breath in. Exhale, breath out. Good. Last one. Full breath in. Full breath out. Okay, don't hate me, but we're going to do goddess pose one more time, but I promise you'll thank me later. Lengthen the leg. Toes turn in. Just to find our grounding, bring your feet in a little closer. Turn your toes out. Bend your knees. Move a little side to side. Good. Hang on. Take a breath. Take a few deep breaths. I'm doing this with y'all. I used to do this in my prenatal class for my last pregnancy. And it was tough, but the way she described it was like, what are you gonna do when you start to feel those feelings of get me out of here, get me out of here? Can you breathe? Can you soften? Can you surrender? And can you start to shed any panic or any fear, right? Believe in yourself. Take one more big breath. Sit a little deeper. Lean into it. One more. And come all the way up. Woo! Way to go. Lift your arms over your head. Little side to side stretch. Bring your hands to center. Step the left foot forward from the top of your mat. Good. Shake out your hips, take a sip of water. Okay, from here, if you have blocks or pillows, move them to just kind of, I would say, a quarter of the way of your mat. Step over them, come to the top of your mat. There you go. And then from here, stand up tall, separate your feet mat width distance apart. Turn your toes out wide. Bring your hands to your heart. And then slowly start to sit the bottom down for Malasana or Yogi Squat. You're of course welcome to not use your pillows if you don't need them or care for them. But you're still getting the same effect, but having support underneath you. So for me, I'm like, why not? Bring your hands or your elbows on the insides of your thighs. Press into your thighs. Bring your thumbs down to your heart and lift your heart up. Yogi Squat is kind of like tabletop. It is an amazing posture to be in. It allows your baby to kind of fall into the pelvic position that it needs to be into. It allows your baby to lower. It allows your pelvic floor to open, to soften, to surrender, and really just kind of setting yourself up and your body up for what ultimately is going to happen, which is to bring your baby closer to you. In tabletop, what it does is there can be a lot of pressure on our pelvic floor. standing up or moving or working or walking. And in tabletop, it allows your baby to kind of take some pressure off of your pelvic floor and in turn rotate to get to a better position, but it can really relieve some pressure off of your lower back or front part of your pelvic. If you can't tell, I'm distracting you, but also sharing some great information, but nonetheless distracting you because this can be, a little tight. Good. Nice. So place the hands right down in front of you. Lift the hips up, roll the hips up high, shake out the hips. Good. Remove the pillows or blocks. Come into a tabletop. Shake out your hips. And then if you want to take your pillows to the top of your mat. Good. And we'll slowly find half pigeon pose. So if you want to get there from your down dog, you're welcome to. If you want to stay in your tabletop like I'm going to, then just make some space, take your time, bring your right knee up and lower it down, and then slowly move the left foot back. I'm going to drag this pillow just a little closer to me, and then move the hands out wide so you can lift the heart up. Exhale, walk the elbows forward. You may not be able to lower all the way down, depending again on how that feels for your belly, but you are still getting an amazing stretch wherever you are. Again, this is a spot right out here in this glute that can feel really just weird right now, so breathe into that space, allow it to soften. Take one more breath. Sigh it out. And then come up. Of course, linger however long you need to in your bodies here. This is your practice. You're at home. You just take your time. Whenever you're ready, we'll come to the other side. And if you're on your left side, we'll take one more breath together. And come all the way up. And then from here, you're just going to lean onto the left hip. Bring your right knee in. Come to a seat. Take a sip. Bring the soles of your feet together to touch, knees out wide, wrap the hands around the feet, lift the chest, and then lean forward and fold. Good. And then slowly, we're just going to take our time figuring out how you would like to end your practice. If sitting up is okay for you, you can stay there and sit up nice and tall and meditate. If you'd like to lay down, I'd recommend laying down on your side. That's why I brought the pillows here. So I'm gonna rest a pillow at the top of my mat, and then I'm going to let rest one right here on the long side of my mat, and then very gently lower down onto my right side. And how I like to lay, or what feels best, but also best for pregnant women, extend the right leg long, and then bend the left knee up really high, and just rest it there onto the pillow. You can also tuck the pillow in so that it's kind of underneath your belly, and that way it's not weighing down and causing tension into your back. And then we'll just take a few moments to just pause, make yourself however comfortable you need to get. Slow the body, slow the breath. Use this time to connect. Use this time to rest. Give your body and give yourself grace through all of the hard work, every single moment of every single day that it's working, all that it's doing. You are welcome to, of course, rest however long that you need to, and stay exactly where you are if that feels better. If you'd like to rise with me, take your time, slowly opening your eyes, bringing awareness back to where you are. Using your top hand, pressing down, propping up yourself on your elbow, moving the pillow, and coming back to a seat. Close your eyes and sit up tall.